Hollywood is seen as a liberal bastion of political correctness. But as these heinous films demonstrate, this was not always the case. Some of them are almost obsessively racist. Today, we'll look at 10 insanely racist classic movie moments. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Deck the Halls, A Christmas Story, 1983. This movie is both sweet and humorous, and it is widely considered a Christmas classic. But the Parker family visits a tiny Chinese restaurant near the end of the film, where the staff entertains them. The men's effort to sing Deck the Halls is mocked by another employee due to their strong accents. It is a really difficult routine. Not only does it promote a conventional Asian accent, but it also fosters the notion that this dialect is funny. It is an odd and unsettling scene that destroys the usually friendly tone of the narrative. Number 9. Half Man, the half-donkey centaur who is black, Fantasia, 1940. The classic Disney film's pastoral symphonic portion used to have a scene with a centaur named Sunflower who serves as a servant to the other characters. Sunflower, unlike the other half-human, half-horse centaurs, has half a donkey's body where the horse part should be. She's exuberant and messy and was once seen polishing her white centaur counterpart's hooves. In the late 1960s version of the picture, Disney cut the scene. Given Disney's track record, the fact that it was mentioned at all should come as no surprise. Number 8. Making a mockery of indigenous people, Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, 1995. In the 1990s, the film scene was undoubtedly dominated by one thing: Jim Carrey playing strange and now iconic characters. Ace Ventura travels to Africa and encounters diverse indigenous peoples in this sequel to the famous original. The entire plot contains an undercurrent of racism, embodying the white savior complex, as Ace assists in resolving the dispute between the Wachati and Wachutu peoples. Ace constantly makes fun of them, and the film uses their culture, language, and traditions as a coarse outlet for humor. Number 7. Slaves who are dissatisfied with their freedom, The Littlest Rebel, 1935. In this Civil War-era movie starring Shirley Temple as Virgie Carey, a little girl travels to Washington to persuade President Lincoln to release her father, a Confederate soldier, after he is detained. Temple was as endearing as always, but The Littlest Rebel elevates Confederate principles. Even the slaves, who are uneasy about the potential repercussions, worry about what will happen if they are freed. They are particularly terrified when the Union soldiers arrive at the property in search of Carey's father because they think the Union soldiers are bad. Number 6. Richard Pryor is unaware of identifying racist content, The Toy, 1982. Richard Pryor plays an unemployed newspaper reporter who takes payment to live with a wealthy child for 1 week. He also works part-time at a toy store. By making him play crazy games and pulling practical jokes on him, the kid humiliates Pryor's Jack. They end up being friends in the end. Another incident involved breaking into a KKK fundraising event. This movie aimed to convey the idea that friendships are formed through respect, not via purchasing them. However, many people thought Pryor's job was demeaning on all levels and akin to modern-day slavery. Number 5. The Asp and Punjab, Annie, 1982. The Broadway production of Annie has a significant ethnic diversity issue. They serve as the affluent White Daddy Warbucks bodyguards, Punjab and the Asp. Given the underlying themes and power relations, it alone is troubling, but there are other issues as well. A Trinidadian American actor is cast as Punjab, an Indian man. This casting choice has since drawn attention and criticism. Additionally, he and his co-worker are assigned names that are, to put it bluntly, suspicious and lazy. Number 4. Joking about Jim Crow, Dumbo, 1941. Many would argue that the only characters in the movie who treated Dumbo kindly were the crows, who were joined by the mouse. However, this is viewed as very racist, given that they are representations of black men and that they were voiced by white guys using their best black men's voices. let's not overlook the fact that one of them was called Jim Crow, which should have angered a lot of viewers. Number 3. This movie is full of crazy moments. Mandingo, 1975. This film explores interracial relationships while simultaneously being prejudiced. It centers on James Mason as Warren Maxwell, a plantation owner who, after their wedding, divorces his wife after learning she wasn't a virgin. Later, he seduces his female slave, and his wife seduces Mandingo, his male slave. The two relationships come to a terrible and tragic end when the wife accuses Mandingo of raping her, and he is hanged as punishment. After watching the trailer, it is difficult to imagine it ever received a permit. Number 2. The film portrays Hindus as psychopaths who sacrifice human beings. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, 1984. This is sometimes cited as the Indiana Jones franchise's darkest installment. It is harsh and unfeeling, and it is especially difficult to understand how it portrays so-called Indian culture. The film's portrayal of North Indian society shows it to be relatively impoverished and in desperate need of a savior. Additionally, there is no depth or authenticity provided to the people or their traditions. The Thugi cult, which engages in child abuse and other forms of sacrifice, is even worse. Number 1. The father of all racist films, The Birth of a Nation, 1915. Two families, the pro-Union Stonemans and the pro-Confederate Camerons, are followed during the American Civil War and the Reconstruction era in D.W. Griffith's silent film. The Birth of a Nation was hailed as a turning point in the development of cinema due to its representation of African Americans by white performers wearing blackface and its sympathetic depiction of the Ku Klux Klan. However, it has been dubbed one of the most racist films ever since its release. So guys, that was it for this video. What did you think about our video? Let us know in the comments section below. If you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.